Welcome to The Relay, a podcast from Gulf Relay where we dive behind the scenes of our operations, teams, and industry.
Hi folks, Brett Hutchins, Back to Basics, sponsored by Gulf Relay. I'm here with these driving experts, over 100 years of experience, talking to you right here. Today, we got some new information this morning from Allie, our data analyst, and it has to do with idling percentage. And these guys, we were talking before this, and they had all kinds of good stuff going on, and we filmed some of it, and we missed some of it, so we wanted to start back over and get started again on it. But idling percentage is what we're talking about, and where the company's at on it, and what our goal is, where we're trying to head to. These guys do a great job. Matter of fact, got their numbers. And I know for just based on the numbers that all of them are down from the previous 2 weeks, and they were down those previous 2 weeks from the previous two before that. So the best of the best are all heading in the right direction. So that's what we need all you guys to start looking at. So with that being said, I'm not going to start with Jimmy because they'll get mad because he talks too long. So Anthony, you take us from the first step. What do you see when you go in the yard when it comes to idling?
Like we were saying earlier, come on the yard and we see a lot of trucks. They're running. They're sitting on the yard running, no drivers in it. And like Willie was saying, if you're going for the weekend, take stuff out your refrigerator, shut your truck down. There's no sense for the truck to sit there and run all weekend.
Give it a rest.
You know, because statistics and numbers have proven that for every hour that truck's sitting there running, guess what? Gallon of diesel gone.
Yeah. So let me stop you right there just a second because I've Googled this information. I've got that data from Allie, and every, like he says, a gallon an hour. But if you look up low idle and high idle, it could be a gallon to gallon and a half on low idle, but high idle, you're talking about 2.5 to 3 gallons an hour. So if you just did a gallon an hour, now I don't know how these guys work schedule-wise. I know a lot of guys are just stuck on 14-10, 14-10. I do 12 and 12. That's how I break my day down. I get started at 4 or 5 in the morning. I end at 5 or 6 in the afternoon. That's how I run. A gallon an hour, if I'm stopped for 12 hours, I've got my notes over there. $4 a gallon at Love's, if you're lucky, which it's come down a little bit. 12 hours a day, that's $48 in idling only. $48 a day just to idle the freaking motor. Times 25 working days, if you work that many, that's $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month in just idle time. So from an owner-operator standpoint, that's a tremendous amount of money that we could figure out other things we can do with it. So, yeah, there you go. So now, like Buddy was saying while we were off, Buddy was talking about, we're coming into the time of the year. Go with that, Buddy.
Well, with the weather being nicer and it's cooler, you can shut your truck down and you can sleep through the night, during the summer, especially in the south and up north. It will get hot.
Oh, yeah.
And of course you're idling your truck, to stay cool.
Oh, you can't sleep hot.
Can't
sleep
hot,
freezing, can't sleep hot. Nobody can do it.
Right.
And I guarantee you the company ain't asking nobody to do it. Anthony, what you got there?
Proper APU training.
Oh,
That's
Lord,
one of the
yes.
things that I've been seeing a lot of newer drivers running into. Don't know how to run the APU.
No, I know.
So guess what? They idle.
Yeah.
Ain't got like he was saying earlier. They idle, but got an APU.
Yeah,
The first thing they say is, I don't know how to run it.
That's one of the things that I try to talk about with these newer guys. I tell them, don't leave the freaking yard until Marcus or Lonnie or someone, number one, your APU's working, and number two, you know how to work it. You don't have to be able to set it on comfort monitor, but you got to be able to know how to turn it on and off and adjust your heat and adjust your air conditioning. Ain't nobody asking anybody to sleep hot or cold. But if you can conserve fuel, that's what we need to do. Now, about a month and a half ago when I started doing this deal, he was one of the first calls I made. And the reason why, do you remember what we talked about? Oh, God, don't make me stupid. Okay, what we talked about was this. I was going through the data, and I saw this cat named Willie that was better than me on idling. And I'm like, there ain't no way, because I idle at like 12%. I know what I do. I look at mine all the time. Got my little computer set up right there. And here's this cat that was beating me. So I called him and told him.
Oh, yeah.
I called him and told him. I said, "Dude, you need to be teaching the class on idling. I mean, like, do you cut it off at stop signs, or how do you do it?" So, I mean, I'm serious. This guy is like, he's got one of these new cars that shut off at a red light or something.
I have to buy my fuel, so.
There you go.
So basically, when I get to my destination, I give my truck time to run a few minutes, before I shut it off. But in between that few minutes, if it's hot outside, I got my air, I got it blasting. I got it blasting, so when I do cut my truck off, let my window down 2 or 3 inches, and we talks a lot, me and Anthony here, and so he give me a fan. He said, "Man, I got me a fan in the truck." And so the fan worked for wonderful because it circulates your air, and then you got your cab ventilation.
I got my little
Right. And then, and sometimes it's kind of harder to do because, it's hot, and, so you end up, have to get up and start the truck back up. I started up for a few moments, and I just do it in between time. That's where I do it, because, if you had APU units, there's just no excuse. Because
No, there's
you got your
not.
carrier, you got your thermopro, you got your electric bump heater,
Tri-pack.
tri-pack.
Tri-pack, yeah.
So it's like we were saying earlier, as we were saying earlier, it's all about knowing how to operate this. And at first, these trucks are out and on the yard. They say, well, they just try to get the battery charged up. But if you don't have anything on, what's the charge up?
Yeah.
Turn it off. Because I upgraded to another truck, and I found out to even do the op island, you have to have a switch on.
Yeah.
So
That's right. And then the lights run, and
right,
Yeah.
you got all this stuff on. You got your things still put in the entry, like your microwave, and all this stuff. And so it's gonna come on, and it don't shut off no time soon. Especially the comfort. The comfort, I don't use that because it takes the truck a long time to catch up with the temperature inside the truck. So to do that, it's not gonna shut off till those temperatures from the back cab, from the cab meet together and cool the truck down for it to cut off. So I just use the op valve on it, and when it's charged the battery, it cuts off.
Yeah.
So that's
That's just smart stuff. I'm a big old APU fan. I drive a 19 Mac, got an APU on it, and I promise you, my APU don't want for nothing. If it poots, it's getting whatever it needs. It's getting. I check the oil on it constantly, my belt tensioner, my main drive belt. I just check everything. I keep about every probably 3 weeks. I'll take my air hose and my wand, blow all the dust down, keep everything nice and clean. And a clean motor is a cool motor. So I'm a huge proponent for APUs. Opti-idle, great. Now, but some of us don't have that option. Buddy don't have that option. And you don't have that
My
option?
truck don't have APU.
You don't have that option. So no opti-idle, right?
No opti-idle.
No opti-idle.
APU.
And then what about you? No opti-idle?
Well, when I stop, it idles itself, but that's all I have.
Yeah.
No AP, none of that. So that's what made me come up with the fan idea. Was
Yeah.
When it's cool, open the vents, turn the fan on.
Okay, so now we're talking a guy who idles. The company average is 44%. This guy don't have an APU or opti-idle, and he is 26.2%. Reckon he pays for his fuel? There you go. Here's another one I got to point out. I'm gonna walk in front of your camera. Okay, so Jimmy King, the bearded wonder. This cat don't have opti-idle. He doesn't have an APU, and he beats me in idling percentage, and I got an APU. I don't know how he does it. 2 weeks ago, this is 2-week-old data, and 2 weeks ago, I was at 15% idle time, and Jimmy King did 14.9. I'm telling you, brother, that is an accomplishment. It's crazy.
Well, it's all about common sense. Just like right now, we're transitioning out of summer to fall to winter. Okay, so the temperatures are coming down. The biggest thing you got to worry about in a truck is that sun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
See, so what I do is, if it's hot, I'm going to idle because I got to get good quality sleep.
What about
And I don't
wasps?
have any choice. If
Wasp
there's
or
wasps,
flies?
flies or anything, I'm rolling them windows up. There ain't none of them getting in my truck. It drives me crazy.
Like me.
Okay.
I'm like
But
that.
another thing that I did
Like damn,
is-
that diesel.
is like during at the end of summer, okay? You know, it'd be hot, and then the temperature falls at night, right? So what I would do, if I come off the road like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I would idle my truck till the sun went down. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm older, man. I have to get up every once in a while, right? So when I get up, I see the sun's down, cut my truck off. Then I crack my windows or whatever, or a fan, like y'all say.
Side windows with the screens on them. Just, you know, you got all kind of stuff you can do, and that's what, that's kind of what this is all about, is a lot of these guys don't know the options they have if they would just think their way through it just a little bit. From an owner-operator standpoint, let me tell you, idling, if you're not controlling your idle percentage, you're not controlling your miles per gallon. If you're not controlling your miles per gallon, you're not in control of your paycheck. From an owner-operator standpoint, you have to control idle to control MPG, which controls your paycheck. It's hands down your biggest expense, bar none. And everybody here knows that and can tell you, our diesel expense will choke a mule. It's more than our truck. It's more than all our insurances. It's more than the food we carry. It's more than everything. So we got to control that.
It all comes down to making right decisions. I mean, common sense. Do I need to have my truck on now? No, cut it off. I'm in the dark. Do I need to have it on? No, cut it off. You know, just cut it off. You know?
But then another thing that a lot of drivers don't think about, but me personally, good linen. When I say good linen, that means like wintertime.
Yeah.
I don't have to run no truck. I ain't got no APU no way, but I don't still have to have my trucks in there running to get heat. Cause guess what? Once I lay down, I got good linen on me. So
Good linen and a double blanket.
There you go. Like, see, I run cotton sheets in the summer.
That's
In
right.
the wintertime, I run fleece sheets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smart stuff.
You know, so, and
Well,
I've already
I-
got my fleece sheets on the truck now.
I was in Alabama the other day and then Georgia, and I'm a rest stop guy. Rest stop, way station, welcome center. That's me. I damn this truck stop. I can't stand them. I don't want to get my bumper and fender took off. Anyway, so I'm at the rest stop the other day. It gets down to 23 degrees that night. Never touched the key on my truck. Had my double blanket fleece on there. I slept on a double fleece. Had a double fleece on top of me. And a little knit hat that I put on at 4 in the morning. And when my alarm went off at 4, I jumped up, fired the truck up, put all my heats on as hard as they would go, jumped back under the blankets, and about 15 minutes later, you could have cooked toast in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, truck
It
never
doesn't
run
take
all
long.
night.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah, it doesn't take
But
long.
for me, it's like an incentive. Because it takes me, when it's that cold right there, it takes me all of about 4 seconds to get dressed.
you gonna get dressed.
Yeah, after you find your pee bottle. So I know we got a little bit off topic, but it's all good stuff. I mean, anything you can learn from these guys, you need to learn. So here's what we're going to do. We've got some more episodes coming up. These guys going to hang out with me for a little while. They've volunteered their day. I'm much appreciated for that. Please join us for our next one. Thank y'all for stopping by.